You look at Pierre Poilievre, it's a different type of culture, but he's in it. He's vibing with it. Has he made some missteps with it, with crypto and other things? Absolutely. But he actually has a resonance and a frequency in the culture beyond politics, like none of the liberals do right
Hey,
now.
let me jump in
including
on that
Prime
for
Minister.
one quick second. People often say, yeah, Poilievre and crypto. Some few things have blown up in his face, like crypto. If people would have bought Bitcoin when Poilievre was talking about it, they'd be seeing like a 30% return on their investment right now. Why is everybody acting like Poilievre got owned by his crypto strategy? If anything, he proved it to be completely correct.
Well, I mean, that
Yeah,
was 2 years ago. If they just put it in the S&P, that would also be the
No,
case.
Bitcoin's outperformed everything. I mean, whatever.
Since
Oh
then,
my
though,
God.
come on.
Carter, it's
Let me guess,
100%
is
true.
Bitcoin a sponsor, or what do you got?
So-
Crowdfunding?
so
You
Bitcoin-
trying to get a new sponsor?
Corey, after the episode, he crunched the numbers and he followed up. And I thought that this would be interesting for the audience to know. So shout out to Corey Hogan, one of the strategists. He said, so he crunched the numbers. And he went back to March 28th of 2022, which is one of the times that we were talking to the strategists. And he said at that time, a Bitcoin was worth about 47,000 Canadian, $47,100. The S&P at that time, the S&P 500 was trading at $4,500.41. Okay, so 45.41. Okay, so there's your context. Today, Bitcoin is worth about 63,286. That would be in USD. Pardon me. He says, so that's a gain of about 34%. The S&P 500 today, or when he sent this to us on August 2nd, the S&P 500 is worth about 5,300 and change, 5,328. That's up about 17%. So you could look at this and say from March 2022 till now, Bitcoin has doubled the return of the S&P 500. But, Corey says, you got to keep in mind that stocks provide dividends. And once that's taken into account, if your dividends are reinvested, in other words, if you're not pulling them out, if you're reinvesting your dividends back into the S&P 500, look at this, Johnny. It's a horse race. This is like the Paris Olympic men's 100-meter final. This is almost a photo finish. From March of 2022 till now, Bitcoin has provided approximately, or has gleaned a 34% return. The S&P 500 with reinvested dividends up 31%, just 3% back. I thought that was pretty interesting stuff. And then Corey wraps this up by saying, pretty close. He says, but I'll take the one with lower volatility any day.
Oh,
of course, that would be the
100%.
S&P 500.
Also,